Hey, catch Ira on his new YouTube channel.
Well, I'm just arriving at the 2022 Syracuse Hot Rod Show, Nationals. My nephew right in front of me, leading me in here. There's a little electric Cushman cart. See if I can see it better after that. I do a little video. This got nice.
Really nice thing sitting in there.
I just like this hodgepodge of engines he's dragged in here.
Really nice thing.
Look at all this stuff. A lot of iron in there.
Right there.
That one's kind of new over there.
Yeah, it really is. It's not an LS. It's a 5.7 Hemi Pursuit motor out of a 2019 Cup car.
There you go. Give us a wave here. There you go. This is the real motley crew here. The nuts and bolts, mostly nuts of this. Syracuse Nationals, 6 o'clock in the morning. Just to give you a little idea what the constant stream of variety of vehicles are coming to this show. Sitting here in the old Hemi, through the bug. A lot of unusual vehicles coming in. Look at a lot of rows. 2 rows of cars constantly coming in. Maybe I'll just try to catch the vehicles that look kind of unusual. We got a 348 or a 409 in there. See that? Oh, no. Hey, we found something better to film right here. I like this yellow rod here, that pickup behind it, pretty cool. With the flames. Let's see if we can get a shot of him. They're all cool cars. I don't care what it is. There's a couple. There's a little few hot rods here. And that's what I've always said. It doesn't matter what kind of car. Any kind of cool car is cool. Early vintage. What's with it? Hey, look at your truck with the boxes. Here comes some old iron here too. There's a Model T. Who knows what year that's pretty good, nice, good shape. See, so all is welcome here at the Hot Rod Show. There we go. Rambler first. I always say, of course, one of my videos. I think it's cool just to have a Rambler. Oh, go Rambler! Look, I got a little smile out of her. Here's my Avanti. You know, that is what color mine is supposed to. That's what my Avanti was supposed to look like from the factory. You know, that gold doesn't look so bad, you know what I mean? No, but I still don't like it, you know what I mean? Look at this wild rig here. Just got a 6-cylinder, that's cool. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, good. I'm not smart enough to work on those. All sorts of variety of vehicles. So look at this is an old international fire vehicle. Look at this, how well preserved that is. That's a one-of-a-kind thing. This was my second car ever. I had a '67 Ford Fairlane was my second car. Yeah, just because it came my way. You know, it wasn't like I went looking for it. You know, a couple $100. What was your first car? 63 Ford Fairlane.
2 4-barrels and 4-speed.
Jeez, Mr. Big Bucks.
Oh, yeah.
You look good in that.
Really? Big boy?
I think you look amazing in that.
Well, see, geez, maybe we have to go with this. You made this thing.
I made that.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, you're every man's dream, baby. If you can fabricate something like that and then weld it together.
Thank you.
Can you adjust his mouth?
Yes,
Oh,
he
my-
still moves.
You know, you actually can still use them.
Yes, he's still a functional pipe wrench.
That's great stuff. Oh, she's just wiping her enough to put a for sale thing on it?
I think so.
You know what really pissed you off is come back and somebody put like wash me on it. Who did that? Who did that? Hey, look over there. Grandpa Larry told me that like back in World War II, you'd be a mountain of these because the only way to get the gas to the soldiers on the line. They had to bring them in with these cans. $10 a piece now for a decent one. More of a decoration now. Oh, look at this woman's feet. How old did you say you were again?
I'm 79.
79.
Yeah.
And he can bench press that wrench.
You know what? I just missed Pearl Harbor by 11 days.
Lucky you.
I was born December 18th of 42. I just missed Pearl Harbor. Everybody does.
What is this thing, Becky? I don't get it.
Yeah.
What is it? I don't understand it. Yeah, fascinating.
I'm easily amused. What can I say?
Yeah. They got those rigs, so it's going to finally fall off and break, and they'll give you hell. But technically, if you break something, you don't have to pay for it. You know that in the stores. It's like they try to get you. Hey, you broke it, you bought it. This is the biggest stop sign I've ever seen. It's so cool. $65. $40. You want it? Uh-oh, we're getting closer. He wants to do a deal. 30.
I'll do 40. That's 25 left.
I know. It's like, Jesus, I don't know if we can get the damn thing home. 35. And you'd be a hero here, too. You think we should do it? This is my favorite toy today. This guy right here. And how cool, and how deteriorated it is. He won't sell it because it goes, draws the eye to this guy. The truck is cool, too. Well, David's getting worked up over this grill. He's going to slide here and try to be real cool with the guy. Can't hear him. He's haggling a little bit. You got it like this. The 777. You think it was a stock car in its day? Sure, huh? Ugly as it is. This checkered cab company, a big old fat cow, they were indestructible. Great car. But and a lot of them had Chevy engines and 327s. Well, when Studebaker was starting to have a hard time, they were trying to get the checkered cab company to invest in, I think it was the Avanti. I think they were trying to get promoters. They said, oh, we don't like those ugly things. What do you want to talk about ugly when you got car deal? It was something like that. They had a lot of balls. They had a checkered cab.
Calling the kettle black.
Hey, that's good. That's good. Do a little quick one of that. Why I like the Z3, because I think they always remind me of the back of these Cobras. See how they're fat now like that? Reminds me of the Z3 look. BMW, that is. Tell you a little about my keychain here. The Ford thing, we actually had that for Virginia. Had a 95 Mustang, had a four-banger convertible. It was a good little car. Real nice girl came with her parents. She was 18 years old. We had a new top on it, too. And sold for $1,800. Found out later that she had a friend of hers change the battery. And the terminals are too high. They shut the hood and it crossed the connection, positive and negative. Caught fire, burned the car up. I should have took a picture of it. I went and looked at it. It was over at Saxby's. Had it towed in. So anyhow, this is the chaining. Here's the coolest thing right here. You know what this is all about? This little zipper.
Tell us.
I think Jacob's only about 3 or 4 years old, and he went to zip up his pants and got his weeby kind of caught in the skin.
No.
Every guy's probably been through that once in their life. Oh, Dad! Like, oh, jeez. So, boy, I go, just stay real still, and I'll be as, boy, I found just a right screwdriver. I took my time to find just one shot, you know what I mean? And I took the screwdriver and got it in there, you know what I mean? But every time you just moved a little, it was like, ah! So I saved that zipper. I've seen this guy in the Butler drag races. talked to him a little bit. I know it's just an unusual vehicle. Then on the way home from Butler, I was in Clyde, and I think he owns a bed and breakfast mansion there or something next to a church. I even filmed in my prior whatever. It's ironic he's here today at the Hot Rod Show next to my old Hemi. There you go. It's on.
What do I do?
It's going on right now.
All right, you're gonna edit
Here
it
we go.
out.
Here we go.
Ugh. All right.
That's Rob's granddaughter, right? She's a cool girl too. She's got a great entrepreneur. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yep.
She's fine today. Cutie too. A little guy retention's bad. Okay.
I'm Pat.
I'm Carrie. And I'm Bianca.
Oh,
We're the D family.
the Three Stooges here. There we go. Syracuse Hot Rod Show. Bicycles. Nice variety. And motorcycles. Here's Candy Clark from the movie American Graffiti. And Shirley Madowney, First Lady of Drag Racing. And some of our pinstripers. Cute little gal here. Some special talent. This is a gal up to a bike there. Does that really mess up your groove? I can kind of re-letter stuff, but I mean, that's a talent you got. But I know when I'm trying to letters, I don't want, it's the only time my mouth doesn't run. It's because, but oh my God. Very cool. Okay, Candy's here. What was the first car, as you recall, that you drove?
The first car I ever bought for myself was a Volkswagen.
And there you go. Simple as that. That was your first vehicle. You say for yourself, did your father get your car when you were? No.
We were poor.
Oh, I'm with you, baby. That's how you. All right, good. Okay, now you got my.
right.
We're gonna go with $20. She's gonna sign this here for me, and I'm excited about it.
Turn it on.
Yes, ma'am. Then you're gonna slap me now? I can only hope. It's Shirley, and I'll tell you, she looks as good as ever. Come on, girl. What do you think? Can you recall what first vehicle you drove?
51 Mercury.
A 51 Mercury, 2-door, 4-door. 2-door. Well, okay. Which happens to be something kind of sought after today. You know, a Mercury. Oh, my name is Ira. I'm an old water well driller and car guy. What a sweetheart. And she puts up with all everybody's questions too, which is like tough all day long, you know. Well, first time I've heard of you as a drag girl. Are you kidding me? There's a woman out there that's really cool. That's what you know what I mean. That was that's great stuff, you know, and it still is. All right, honey, get out the box, right, pal?
It was.
Oh, we got this guy here going on too. There's Becky's eyes. It's going to zoom right in. Have that green. There she goes. And this is what she says it's going to match up to. And David said he's going to get it for her. Convertible truck. There's quite a beast right there. Like some of that old iron. There's something beastly looking thing coming through now. Okay, there's kind of a chop. Ford, I think. Metal thick top or something. What do we got here? That's like a Mercury. Kind of like the one Shirley drove. DeLorean, the old DeLorean. Everybody loves a DeLorean. Ooh, Les Wildrick. I know we saw him on the way in or not. I think so. Amazing how many different types of vehicles are, in this country. They're produced here. Datsun. country four-door. I like that. Okay, just about enough of this bull poopy. It's never ending. Try to take folks some of the cooler looking cars. This guy here, you know him? Schwag.
You're looking for you back there. Huh? Them guys are looking for you in the back of the truck. These guys in the back of the truck?
Yeah.
Are they,
No, they're not looking for you like that.
oh, well, shoot. I mean, what's the point? I'm from California, dude. Well, they were looking for me. They've been seeing me all day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's the big Schwag?
Well, the big Schwag, formerly known as Brett Wagner.
Oh, I thought you said Schwartz. Yeah, what's that?
Big Schwag. You know what
Zero.
Big Schwag is?
No.
You're not the inside of teaching guy.
I don't get off the farm much.
Oh, well,
That might be
I'm the
too
voice of a very popular TV show.
Cool. Dude.
Oh, hello.
This is Jerry.
Oh, what's that? California steel, huh? The tasty, yeah.
They used to tell Mae West when she get bad press. They said she'd say, you know what? It's when they stop talking about you is when you get worried.
You don't want people to stop talking about you.
You know what I'm talking about? Big
Look at
Schwag.
this.
Oh, gee, now look at that.
Big bug and screw up. What the hell, man? There's a lot of, oh, I like this. That's right up my alley right there.
This green one coming up.
Hey, Shirley Muldowney, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah,
You just
yeah,
put
yeah,
that right
yeah.
there.
I was talking to her. She
We're
had,
looking for you, Harry. We'll find you.
her first car was a 51 Mercury, she told me.
61.
No. You sure? Let's play it back.
50 watt Mercury.
I think she said to make her younger. She might have flipped it.
There you go. A 16.
She's really cool. So when I grew up in California, I'd go watch her race in
Oh, yeah, right
Pomona. She's, I love Pomona. I won.
Hey, I've got a big deal. I self-published a book. True stories and tall tales.
I self-published a book years ago at a company called American Publishing, or Publish America.
And some
That right there.
guy goes, "Was that self-published?" I go, well, "Where's your book?" You know, it doesn't matter.
Like, no, you know what though?
No, I've made 8
the
big
problem
books.
with self-publishing, at least I had.
That's right. It takes a
I was
lot of
called
time.
the Big Schwag self-help guy for complete losers like you. There was a tongue-in-cheek, and I was on Boxer Garage in its heyday at the time.
Uh-huh.
So I kept trying to get them. I said, get it in Walmart,
Right.
put it in Target, whatever.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. They went, well, that's not, we don't do that. I'm like,
That's how Jesse
what do you want me to
big.
do? They call me every holiday and say, hey, do you want to buy some of your books?
I have a little Triumph, a '68 Daytona. What do you got? Older bikes or
I got a 2020 Road Glide Limited.
whatever you're riding, pal? That's cool.
But if I fit on an old Triumph, I would. I had a '67 Triumph Chopper once. I couldn't get it running, traded it for a washer and dryer. I had it running the next day. Still, to this day, burns me. That's my heart.
Well, it's balancing them. You know what I mean. You get older, you kind of forget to put your feet down. So the Triumphs I can handle. I had a BMW in '87. Oh, what a cow! I laid it over in the lawn. I couldn't get it up. I couldn't get it up. The bike, that is.
I've had to lift my bike before on my own, and I strained my back for a month.
Yeah, I know. It's not.
Oh, if you just do it this way, I've been doing it every person.
I know. I've heard all that. I crawled under mine and tried to lay it. Yeah. I waited my son got home. Will you help me pick this up? There's a nice color on that.
You still filming or no?
Yeah.
Huh?
Just because in case you get to be a bigger deal than you are, we might be able to make some money off
Listen, if I
this.
die on the way home.
Look at
You think I wear these socks because they're fashion stuff?
that's all right.
Blood clots, brother.
You're looking a little jaundiced today, though. No, I'm kidding you. You're looking good, big guy.
Talk to Jesse James at all?
But he does lead up the road.
Not often. Huh?
Weren't they trying to redo the Monster Garage
We
show?
did 9 new episodes a
Yeah.
year and a half ago.
Yeah. Are they on it?
Look at him. He's... No, your hat.
Oh. Yeah, my mom lives in, what's the name? By Granite Shoals. It's Sunrise Beach Village, Texas. It's about an hour from Austin. So my brother's out in Santa Cruz. We went down for her birthday to visit her, and she just turned 70. And picked him up from the airport. He came in on a different flight, so we would stop at Austin's Speed Shop.
Santa Cruz is beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
It's expensive to live there.
Yeah.
Now here comes a car I can see you in.
What do you ever
The
mean?
Pinto.
Oh, you should show him the Google bar.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I bet you I can get you into that thing for cheap.
What do you think? Car salesman though. Now you gotta ask, what was his first car?
What was your first car? Yeah, that's our big thing. Remember what your first vehicle? Mine was a Falcon, that's 61. Really? Wow. Rich
My
kid.
second car was an 84 Honda Accord. Because I crashed the first one.
Yeah, we all did a few of
I
those.
got mom's car.
Yeah.
So that was Mom's car? Well, that's Camaro.
No, not the Camaro. Literally crashed my Camaro with like 2 weeks of getting it.
Ah.
That's the last time my dad said, we're not buying anything cool anymore. Right?
Yeah,
You get to have the Honda Accord.
Oh, cool.
his father, my brother, God, my dad we do well drilling, but we had a garage for years. God, he'd wreck one about every month. And, he'd get a call from the sheriff's department, and finally, I ain't going over anymore. He's got to get himself out.
Yeah. Well, they're on Discovery Plus.
Hey, get the front pole, that's pretty
It's
soon.
like it's the Kardashians.
Started a YouTube channel. He restored
Oh, did he?
a 1963 Avanti.
Yeah.
And just kind of going through that.
Yeah, kind of an unusual car. Yeah, real different. So I figured about, so my kid's good at that and stuff, and he goes, so doing different parts on it. Yeah. When I first saw him, I got a Hawk, but when I first saw him, then I got,
Hudson Hawk?
Studebaker Hawk, yeah.
Hudson Hawk was a damn movie.
But the Avantis in '63, it was a pretty big deal when they came out. You know, they broke a lot of speed records.
Camaro was a hot deal when it came out.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
telling you.
Yeah, but
Hey, look at this. Beamer or Golf or Fox?
Golf, I think, right? Might be right on that, huh?
VW?
Yeah, it's a VW. We're Beamer guys,
Hey,
though.
listen, I had a Dodge Colt hatchback. Right, and 97 320 pounder guy. We used to go do bodyguards and bouncers at these nasty clubs. Look at this shot top. And bought that thing for $500. Used it for but you know, it's like in Roadhouse, right? People find out what car you have and you throw them out or beat them up.
And you're cool, yeah.
What's your name?
Ira!
Ira?
Get me up for that lawsuit.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you catch Ira on his new YouTube channel, what is it?
Rick's Garage.
Rick's Garage?
Yeah, and restoration.
You know what they call him? The Brick?
Briggs.
Whatever.
Like Briggs' truck.
Whatever. Briggs.
Like the toilet.
Briggs.
There you go, like the urinal.
Lawnmower Motors.
That'd be cool, but no.
Like the toilet. Watch Briggs' YouTube channel.
What's that?
There's
And
Ira's there.
I'm just now getting my Hemi unloaded after getting back from the Syracuse Nationals 2022. Brett Wagner, the big Schwag, was the most personable of this year's celebrities. Mr. Schwag, you are welcome to use my Hemi golf cart at next year's 2023 Nationals. Can't convey enough what a great individual and likable guy you are. Frank from American Pickers was a no-show at this year's Nationals. They should have substituted Dave Rowe. Dave is Mike and Frank's Pickers collection scout. He was here at Briggs Garage and Restoration. I didn't care to part with anything unless they brought a film crew. But I did make a deal on this Genesee Beer Ale sign. Dave traded me $1,000 and this rat fink carving that was in his van. I was really intrigued of how well it was made, how the wood, somebody made this. There on the back, when was he here? Around Christmas 2027, 2019. Dave Rowe, Pickers. Here's his phone number. Oh, he says he goes through 1,000 leads all the time. He says you'd be surprised how many houses and barns out there are still full with collectible items. There's the Big Daddy, Ed Roth himself there. Last year at the Nationals, 2021, I had Ed Roth's son Cody and Cody's wife Amber. She put this little heart there, isn't that nice? I had them autograph this patch. And as you see earlier in this episode, I had their granddaughter sign a patch for me. Ed Roth I'm sure, is proud of the fine job that his son and daughter-in-law did raising her. I also wanted to point out, my son's like 20 years old, but when he was about 2 or 3 years old, I had this penny collection, and I caught him dumping his sippy cup of milk in here. I made this... Look at this here inside. Also, milk went off that way and went off this way on the inside. We're going to leave it as is. Candy Clark, who portrayed Debbie in the movie American Graffiti, she wasn't very receptive to my request to film her, but she relented because I sparked her curiosity when I said I had purchased this die-cast yellow Deuce Coupe model that I acquired at the Ontario Antique Mall in Farmington, New York. It was signed by cast members of American Graffiti. The individual I got it from said every time one of the characters were in an area he was at, he would have them autograph it. I wasn't sure her signature was on it until I got home. So I couldn't wait to get home and get it out and take a closer look at it. Got Ron Howard. Of course, we know who he is. This individual, I'm not sure who it is. I should have had the person I purchased from write everybody's name down. Side here is whoever this, can't make out the signature. It looks like whoever this was played the part of Terry. It says Terry, and is that Toad on the bottom? Now I got to re-watch the show. On the front here, this guy, Bo something, I think he played a guy, Joe, it says. And there's her name on the back. Candy Clark. Next year, if she's at the Nationals, I'm going to take this to her and show it to her. And oh, yes, and Cindy Williams, we know who she is. That's right here. That's cool. I don't know whose signature this is on this side. There again, but these are genuine signatures. I'm very much looking forward to framing up Shirley's Night of Fire autograph poster. I'm reaching out as far as I can, and that will very nicely complement my Don Garlett autograph poster. I actually got this at a yard sale for $20. Lastly, I'd like to point out maybe a couple other collectibles I have here. Here's an autographed Hot Wheels in a package by George Barris, which I think is pretty cool. As you know, he created Munster Mobile and what they call it, the Dracula dragster. A lady friend of mine got this for me, the George Barris Hot Wheels. Also, I think I bought this the same time I got the Deuce Coupe from the same guy. Mustang signed by Carroll Shelby. I did purchase a couple items of interest at the flea market. One was this Studebaker, what's left of the radiator shell. If it wasn't for that little badge, I wouldn't have bought it. I'm going to try to fix it up a little bit. Looks like at one time there was a board here, because they nailed right through the back side of that emblem. I'd say it's probably from the 20s. Then I just don't know what they were making out of this thing. It is kind of cool. I don't know if you can see it in the light here. See down here it says, does say, I can't quite make it out. Just can't quite make it out. I do see $50. And I do see New York over here. Some board they got off of something that they I don't know what, so I just have no idea what they're making. See ya at the 2023 Nationals.